always feels like it's so in my face versus as soon as I get on the camera. Greetings and salutations, family, friends, countrymen. It is I, tired as ebony. I don't know why the insomnia has gotten a hold of me in the last week or so to where sleep and me are not friends, and it's starting to affect my face. My face is clean now because I cleaned it twice. And I added all of my potions and serums and age begone factors to my face. So, this lighting just seems very not, just not what I'm looking for, not what I want, just not. So, oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Oh, Jesus Christ. If it was, listen, family, I have the attention span of a gnat. My thing was I was supposed to go on Canva, update my David Makes Man thumbnail so I could put it on the video that I'm uploading so y'all don't have a weird thumbnail. Because, YouTube like to I always pick the worst thumbnails of me talking with my mouth open. It's always horrible. All right, so give me a second. Hold on, let me plug in my tablet because I still have to do Cartel Crew and Love and Hip Hop Miami. So, David Makes Man is done. I did it this morning. I literally just finished it as well. I was a couple minutes late coming on the live. Give me a second. Let me, if I can get through. Oh, well, the thumbnail's not that bad, but that's not the thumbnail that I would like. Okay, let me do that because it's already uploaded and save it. All right, so my primer is on and it's still a bit tacky. Thank you. So David Makes Man. David Makes Man came on. We're going to use Fenty. I'm going to use all of this Fenty as much as it costs me. Now, we're just going to... Okay. Well, she's doing too much. Let's put the face. It was the return of Saren. We had been waiting for Saren to return since he got in that damn car at the end of season 1. And we've been looking for Saren ever since. And Saren is back. So, I'm going to say this now. Well, there's just one person in here listening to me. I don't think I like the actor who they had play Saren. The older version of Saren. Baby Saren, love him. Older actor that's playing Saren, not so much. When did Saren turn from a obviously mixed race child to a 60-year-old Latin man with a smoking issue? I don't know. And I'm in my feelings about it. What is happening? What is going on? What? I didn't like it. However, for all the machinations and things happening in this episode, and there was 2 very good interactions that saved the entire episode for me. So one was the interaction between David and JG in the bathroom after JG gave his speech and decided to donate all that money to that boy's legal fund. Wait, wait. Okay. All right. All right. So there was two interactions during the episode that saved the whole episode for me. And the one was when after JG's speech in the bathroom with David, and David spoke what I feel to be his absolute, true, unguarded feelings in regards to JG and um, JG's decision to become a policeman and how he felt when he found out JG got shot. Two, and I know El Teddy is going to pontificate on this expressly, uh, expeditiously, for a long periodically time. But the last 5 minutes outside in the grass between David and Saren saved the whole episode. But before we got to that last 5 minutes, there was an interaction between, which I think that interaction that started at the bar is going to continue tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week, because David is going to get upset with Saren and be like, where were you? I looked like it all goes back to David's, okay, I feel like I'm talking in circles. Let me calm down and let me gather all of my thoughts. I felt like, that's not the right thing. Give me a second while I look in my concealer, babies. There we go. I felt like I'm going to have to bake today because both my concealer and my foundation are hydrating formulas. So to combat the oil that's going to appear in the center of my face, I'm going to do some heavy powdering today. But like I was saying, I feel like Saren, and I said this in my review. Y'all haven't seen it yet because I just posted it. But I feel like for David, Saren is his person. And for David had doubt about whether he did the right thing, helping Saren extricate himself from his family situation. And because, he never heard or saw from Saren again. That was his best friend, his only friend, his ace boon coon. And he had to help him escape from the abusive parental family situation that he was in. I don't know if y'all watch David Makes Men, so I'm trying to kind of hit the highlights while I go into my feelings about what happened on this particular episode. So for I feel like Saren may be the love of David's life. That is what it gave me. That's the feelings that it invoked with me in the last 7 to 8 minutes of the episode. When they morphed them back into the younger versions of themselves, and they were play fighting with each other in the rain like two children, and the freedom and just the pure love for each other that they had in that moment. It read to me like, this is my person, this is my other half. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got out of it. Y'all can let me know if I'm tripping. Y'all let me know if I'm severely tripping out or no. I don't know if a give me a second. I'm trying to clean off my mirror. Y'all know my eyes is bad, so everything has to be in regards to my vision, it has to be like on 50. Otherwise, I won't be able to see anything, and don't nobody want a blind person putting on makeup. That's not cute. So, I'm feeling maybe a pretty soft pink vibe. I'll show you the two palettes I'm trying to pick between, and then y'all, if you would like to drop down in the comments, and you know, I'm gonna save my Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going on the Kim Jacobs show tomorrow at 11. There will not be a live tomorrow. At least not a live here. I will post the link on my community page. We're going to do a bright, summery, orangey gold look tomorrow on that show. We'll do something bright for summer. So we definitely will do that tomorrow. But, so I say, oh, okay. So before I go into the other part of my brows situation, either something with her, because this color is calling my name. Think I'll go for it. Or we can do something with the mauves, which this is one of my favorite mini palettes, is the mauves. It always gives me a soft, beautiful, pinky, purpley vibe. I'm trying not to be totally neutral today because I was neutral yesterday. So that's where we are there. So the episode last night, a lot of things happened. I really wanted, the two major points was the thing with Saren, and then the conversation that he had with his brother JG, and how, you know, the family of people who who have a dangerous line of work, i.e. working for the police, that has to carry with it a level of anxiety. I don't know that I could do, well, I probably could, because I probably could. It probably wouldn't be that big of a, but some people are built for that type of life, to be able to not be crippled by anxiety with their loved one being in a dangerous, like, you never know, was at any moment with that particular line of work, you can get a phone call saying there was an incident, something went wrong, and your loved one is gone, and now what? And David expressed, I did all of that and still didn't finish my brows. Oh, y'all are not helpful for my absent-mindedness today. I feel like David was honest. He said, I never understood your wanting to be on the police force in the first place. We have ran from the police our entire lives, even when they were coming to the Ville for somebody else and not even here for us. We still were running from the police. And he's like, I have been, um, which I thought was okay. I understand. I understand what David was saying. He said he didn't understand the Halo baby. He didn't understand the um him choosing to be a policeman, but clearly he loved JG enough and supported it enough to help him write his entrance application to get into the police APP program. I guess that some I don't know program that helps you fast track into your career of choice would be. That's what it sounds like to me. I've never heard of such, so I can't call it, but that's what it sounds like. So listen, that's the part I be neglecting is the tail end of my brow. I'm trying to do better to finish the tail because I feel like the tail of my brow trails off into super. No, not this one. Trails off into nothing else. Hold on. Okay, I think that's it. I don't want to scroll them up. The conversation that David had with JG saying, you know, I have been playing scenarios in my head since you became a cop and playing what if in my head because I know how dangerous this is, and at any time, we could get that phone call. And when Mama called and tell me you had gotten shot, I still wasn't ready. I have been playing. He's been playing what if for 15 years or however long JG's been a cop, and that just goes to show that you can try and prepare yourself for scenarios that could happen in your life, but when the scenario actually does happen, you never really are prepared for said situation. So I don't know if I told y'all, but I am absolutely in love with this Beauty Bakery flour setting powder. Normally I have it in yellow, but I got the color oat in my. There's something under my eye, a blemish of some sort, and it hurts every time I touch right here under my eye. Little baby, have you seen David Makes Me in here or no? And like I said, I'm going to powder real heavy around this area today because the two concealers and the foundation are a very hydrating formula. And I don't normally get super oily, but if I do with a hydrating formula, this is the area that will get that way. So this is Beauty Bakery flour setting powder in the color oats, just in case you wanted to know. I like the finish that it gave up. I'm gonna hold my nose because it's always right there. And I'm gonna do it on the opposite side. One second. No, not nope. Okay, well, this episode was interesting. It was very interesting for me. since you're here, and I know sometimes you agree with me, I'm just gonna say this: I do not like the older actor that they picked to be the older version of Saren. I don't know, because if I don't know. Like I look at the actor that they picked to be the older version of David, and I can see David in his mannerisms and things like that, and I see the switch back and forth, and I can see it. So you driving? Okay, boo. But Saren went from being this beautiful mixed race child to being a 55-year-old Latin man with a smoking and drinking problem. And I listen, the spirit man is vexed mightily. But I could be overreacting because that's what I do. I could be overreacting. I could be. I'm not, but I could be. L Teddy is doing his review on David Makes Man Now. Listen, the last few minutes of that episode, a lot of things they are doing. Wait, oh, not in all caps, Volvo. Say it again. Are they doing the most or are they doing too much this season? What are you trying to say? Or the most? That's the same thing. Not in all caps. Let us not be. Oh God, don't scream at me. I take it you are not enjoying this season. And what part do you feel is doing the most? All right, y'all. So mauves or the bronze palettes? Any, meeny, any, meeny. You said nope. Any, meeny, money, mo. Let's do the mauves. Yeah, let's do the mauves. Only because that mustard yellow in there is going to like kind of. I don't want to. I'm gonna do like a bright yellow something tomorrow on my cousin's show. So I'm gonna try and be as far left of that. Yes, of course I am. There we go. Why you ain't got no clothes on, honey? What the hell is going on?
Because I took a shower last night. Now it's a bed naked.
That's too much information for me. Thanks for sharing.
Well, you asked why I didn't have the clothes on.
I did. I did ask. I was the one who asked. You know what? You know, smart ass. You don't have to do that. We just don't have to do that.
I would have been smart as a jackass.
I'm gonna try. I'm not. Okay, so we're gonna start here. This pretty pink mauve is gonna be my base color. Good morning, Tootie. What? Ooh, careful. You okay?
I feel like you just fell off.
Come on, Tootie, get up, baby. Is she okay? Okay, hold on. No, we're going to be recording for 2 hours. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay, let me start. Let me start diffusing this color on my eye. Now he's gonna be recording for 2 hours. Amen. Get your
Now
youth.
I can get in your life.
Get your youth. Because the last time he unzipped my suitcase and all of the clothes in my
No. I told you that he had your suitcase in there like that. You stay on the couch with your phone and iPad.
No, you did not tell me anything.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, hold on.
I got a witness. You can't lie to me.
Scooter. I don't look like anything's on my eye, which is perfection. Perfection. I'm gonna try and do an all matte eye with the 4 mattes that are in this palette. So we're starting with the soft pink, and then we're gonna move forward. Show like the whole bathroom scene with Saren and the despot nephew of Mr. Padilla. They in the bathroom getting it in, and the nephew is snorting the dopest at the same time. That's what we doing at the policeman galley. We snorting the coke and sucking niggas off. That's what we doing. Ooh, okay. Like, I really want to know what happened to Saren. Like, we got a glossed over version of what happened. Like, I really want to know what happened to Saren. What happens to Saren's parents? Did they have another child that the both of them could have used? Like, I'm just okay. Also, they mentioned David having a sister. I don't remember David having a sister, but a sister was clearly mentioned. So I am confused. On who's his sister? Where does she come from? What happened to her? Is she not in the family anymore? I'm thinking David's daddy had a baby by somebody else and they connected somehow. And that is not like him and JG's sister. That's his sister. Because JG and David have 2 different daddies. So I'm assuming that David's daddy is going to pop up at some point in this whole situation. I have so many questions. I have so many questions. Let me see. I'm just trying to define the shape and add some pigment. Did Tyler? What do you mean? Did Tyler Perry write this? I'm confused. What do you mean? Did he write what? It's nowhere near Tyler Perry level of writing, and I mean that in a good way. So overall, exactly what is your issue with the writing? So there's two. They look the same, but this one is the lighter of the two. And I'm going to use this one first and then deepen it with this one. And then we're going to put this brighter on the inner corner. How are they getting crazy? And you should be more descriptive because I don't get that the storylines are getting crazy. I'm just trying to fill in the missing gaps from the time jump. And I'm following along fine. It's just like every episode answers like 2 questions but raises 17 more. Hey. Keys. Thank you. You didn't bring them to me? Oh. He has keys. I do not want him sticking them in the socket. Come get the baby.
Where you at? Yeah, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, why is it taking from over my house? Why is it taking
I just have more and more questions. I really want to know what happened to Sharon's parents after he went out of town. After they got him out of the situation with his parents. I really want to know what happened to the parents, especially that crazy ass mama. I hope the police was like, you did something to this child and now go to jail.
They could have just sent me my pack. No, they wanted to send me Texas. They did send it to me. I think I got another sister. What?
Uh,
Yeah,
let's let her know when she get off the phone that you say, hey, little baby.
Hey, little baby.
Oh my God, you need a cold thing. Just get away from me.
Hey, little baby.
Stupid.
What y'all talking about today?
David makes me.
David makes me. I want to just start watching. I ain't know if it was really good.
Yeah, it is.
We live out Texas. We both born in Yonkers. We all have the same last name. Oof. Y'all got some strong ass jeans.
My eyes hurt. Like this hurts. Doing this, that is painful. But beauty is pain, so I'm gonna suck it up. I really wanted his mama to go to jail. Like, I feel like I'm in my feelings about the fact that his mama and that freaky ass stepdaddy didn't get no consequences. That's how I feel about the whole situation. Like, I really feel like, okay, I'm gonna have to do some more blending on this eye because I feel like the blend on this one is. Like I really wanted the mama and the stepdaddy to go to jail. Like I really wanted them to go to jail. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Like I really wanted it to be like even it's this eye. It's this eye that's not as deep and dark. Hold on. We're gonna fix it. Um like I want to know, how did they get out of explaining that their child magically disappeared? That's my question. How, children? That, that your child just magically disappeared and don't nobody know where he is. How did they explain it away?
You're welcome. Let me take nuts up in the kitchen. And he will capture. Oh, what? Clean plate.
I just
That's big dollars.
all right.
Yes. You call my name just to make noises. Right.
Okay. Bear with me while I concentrate. Okay. Two.
Ready?
Where is he? Scooty. Okay. Mm.
Not plotting on your death. Wait. Wait.
Not when my mama died, I'ma be rich. What the hell? Not when my mama died. Jesus.
You heard that? When my mama died, I will be rich. I can't wait for my mama to die so I can get rich quick.
Wow. Okay.
That's I give you all. Oh my God.
And that is the last time. That's when the will be changed, Jesus.
Yes. Is that why he coughing? Yes. Because he's eating hot Cheeto puffs? Yes. Okay.
And here he come to go get another one. I cannot. All right. So, listen. I can only encourage you to go watch David Makes Man this week. If you have been looking for Saren, he's there. I'm looking for my bronzer if y'all wondering why I look confused right now. Okay, so let's use Fenty because that's the one I see in front of my face. So, shout out to Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie bronzer.
Oh my God! You remember Mama Deacon with that slipping the $3 out first?
Okay, that's clearly none of my business. I still have questions. I have questions about what happened at the end when he asked Saren to take him to take him with him, and I want to go with you. I would follow you to the ends of the earth. All that good stuff. Did he mean take me to your house? Take me to your bed? What? Where exactly is you asking this man to take you?
I will be too though. I mean,
Like, I firmly believe that
I will be too.
Sharon is the love of David's life. You can't convince me otherwise. This episode has definitely stirred up more questions
It's egg whites. It's egg whites.
than answers.
Eight.
Take who to the king? Wait, what?
It's cool. You can
Take who to the king? Who are we taking to the king? I'm so confused. Is something happening? What's going on?
I'm gonna go with you, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go with you and have you pay the $45 a week.
To David's case.
Mom, let me give your live viewers a last tutorial. I'm trying to give her live viewers a last tutorial. She don't be trying to love this stuff. Lil Baby said she want a lash tutorial from me.
No, she didn't. She
Baby,
never said that.
Lil Baby said that.
No, baby never said that.
Yes. Call my name like that, like I'm in trouble. No, give me
So
TV.
I'm gonna do something that I don't normally
What?
do to add a little razzle dazzle to this whole situation. So the super shimmer that's in this palette, I'm gonna use that to highlight my brow bone and my inner corners.
He got his toys.
Normally I just use a plain shimmer. So we feeling fancy today. So let's hit the inner corners first. Okay. But maybe you should check on it and see what the hell is happening.
Move, nothing. You're not no cow. Stop. Cow.
He's like, but that's a cat. So, what you talking about? So move. Like, so move, nigga.
Yeah, I got the cow now. What's up? Let me tell you how your nephew conned me yesterday. I went to the store. We went to walk around yesterday. We went to walk around. That's it. Oh, you gonna move over me so I can't tell Auntie that you conned me? We walking around.
I'm done.
I'm looking at something for sale. You know the little hand baskets that Dollar General got? Your nephew throws these in. These. Look.
Okay.
Yeah, throw these little dinosaurs in.
I really just this.
Yeah.
Let's get these lashes on, shall we? Please don't put the TV on 7,000. That's all up your ass. Wow.
Mom, you gonna enjoy his Coco Melon concert.
I'm gonna say it one more again. Don't put his TV on 750 million. Thanks for that.
I'm just watching you do the last thing. No, see, that's why we taking your breath so much. She let me do the last thing. I ain't doing all that. No, just get a sticky note and put it on your eyebrow. Call it an eyelash. There you go.
This is why nobody wants a lash tutorial from you.
Yes, they do. They want that brown. They want that brown coating on my forehead to make it look like an eyelash.
Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Nobody wants that.
Jimmy, why don't you know this potato?
Sure. Okay, I feel like this is called for today. Dear Lord, please allow me to get these lashes on my eye without an issue. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I still have to do 2 more reviews. Jesus, fix it. Okay, amen.
It's still working.
Okay. All right, Lord. Now we was able to get this first lash on without an issue. I am asking you to do it again. Be the God of an encore and do it again with this second lash. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, God. Okay. Listen. Oh, it's been less than an hour? What? Not that I'm done. I still have this lash and, you know, I feel like my face looks mad harsh today. I feel like my face looks mad harsh, so I'm gonna do some more blending on my face, and just this line area. Hold on. So I watched Love Isn't Free yesterday and was like, "What's up with all the sex questions? Are you looking for partners or something to hunt you over?" That was my question, little baby. Like, y'all need to ask more significant questions than just about. Even though sex is an important um, part of a relationship, that is not a super public part of a relationship. So those type of questions can be asked and expounded upon between the two parties if they get to that level in their conversation. But you know, the little cute party question, fine. But then they started going into what's your favorite position? How long can you last? Blase bloomity bloobity bloobity blue. I was like, oh, you're doing okay. And then had the nerve when a grown, mature adult came into the room.
She said no.
Just give me a second. Because the wind is flexing my spirit. It's looking super harsh in this Holy Ghost streets. So what I'm not going to do, I need my blend to be correct. So even if I take a picture with no filter, I still look smooth and blended for Jesus Christ himself. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't know about anybody else, but that's my goal. Oh, let me put this lash on, Jesus. Like I was saying, see my ADHD. See how my ADHD act up? So, um, the little party question of, oh, if your man says, come in the bathroom, let me holler at you real quick, what you gonna do? Question, that was super cute. However, today they working towards something. I feel like Dennis may be looking for something stable. I don't know about Lionel. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Lionel. I'm looking for my Shabaka brush. Just bear with me a moment. Judy, what is you doing?
You're doing a lot. I don't know why. What is your issue? You know what?
What did anyone learn about yourself here? What did you learn about? Right. Because they asked Dennis that. Um, what did he learn from his situationship with what's the child's name? Premier, and he was like Premier was wrong. Which I don't necessarily it's not like I don't agree. It's not like I agree. I agree. And it's not even that it's the manner in which you extricated yourself from the situation. Once you realized that you was not ready to do X, Y, and Z. My old supervisor just reached out and we'll see how far left this goes. I feel like he's gonna ask us to do something.
Where did you stop? Stop. Timmy, in front of you, you're standing there eating chips. You want to come with me?
I have enough.
This is up there. You're taking outside. You say you'll be happy to when you're all shut up and fast.
He just needed to jog his memory.
Girl. You still something. That's good.
Tootie, what do you have?
Your Pepsi.
It's empty. Get him before he cut his fingers.
You say mine.
Give it here. Go get it and bring it here. I do. It's a citizen's a hunch or and it lets it and if it lets her she do her take it. Oh boy thought it was a show to get a relationship. Right. Right. I felt like I really felt like Premier was like, oh, let me do this favor for my friend Markel. And, you know, this will be something cute to add to my talent resume. And the young man was really like, no, like I thought this was really you were ready for a whole relationship and situation. When he started saying he was moving too fast, I was like, child. That's what got me. No, no. He wasn't moving too fast, baby. You wasn't moving at all. And so, listen. And then when he tried to blame the man for him ghosted, I was like, oh, so you gonna blame him for your poor communication skills? Is that what we're doing? This okay. All right, I guess. I guess that's what we're doing today.
Yes. The moment I was discriminating.
What did she say? I'm discriminating. Listen, oh no, but I clearly heard. You tell me if you heard the qualification of no fats, no films when Lionel was saying his preference and to his friends about picking a person for him, about them not being too feminine. Now Loretta said the man said. I'm trying to comb my hair without actually combing it. You did? Okay. I thought I was crazy at first. I was like, so nobody else heard that. Okay. So let me try to read this comment on my phone screen. Okay, so I'm not crazy.
Maybe when we get your other back? Monster. Okay. You want some more Red Bulls?
Huh?
You want some more Red Bulls?
Yes. Please. It's always like, what are you doing, daughter? What's going on? Okay. I'm trying to make it look like something. I am gonna have to tame these edges. Look at them. Y'all see this disrespect? You see the disrespect given to me? Look at how they just like this. You thought you had friends and a situation. Okay, where's my brush? I know I'm not good at this edges shit. Pull me out. Okay. Step one, comb out your edges. That's step one. Okay. Yes, please. Uh, do y'all have a muffin pan?
A muffin pan?
Y'all maybe should get one because I want to make some blueberry muffins. And I've seen the blueberry muffins in there.
I ain't been allowed to open the blueberry muffins since the last apartment.
Okay, order new muffin mix because I don't know.
No, it's still good. It's just I've been trying to make blueberry pancakes with them. I've been trying to make muffins with them. She just not letting me have it.
Order a muffin pan. We making motherfucking muffins. I'll get it on Friday. That's okay. It's okay. I'll get it on Friday.
Waiting on the blueberry muffin,
Because I want blueberry muffins, super cheesy scrambled eggs, and bacon. Hi, Tootie. Come say hey to the people. Naked baby.
I'm gonna have my mini
I love you, Toots Boots. Say hey. Hey. Say hi, people.
Look.
Hi. Okay. Here's some sugar back.
Give me my kiss.
Give me some sugar.
Give me my kiss.
Give me some sugar.
Because he played too much.
Come on.
I'm gonna get some rice cakes. Get some rice cakes.
Listen, get some bacon.
Huh?
Don't have me some.
There's bacon in there.
No, it's not. You just finished filming? Oh Lord. Well, I'm not done yet. I'm working on my edges. If you wanna come up and we could talk about hell. The two things that broke me during this episode. Child, when he said, "You act like I don't love you," I said, "Oh my God!" All in my feelings when he told JG, "You act like I don't love you or I don't have any feelings for you," and I'm just listen. That's the part that got me, child. He said, "You act like I don't love you." I said, "Oh no, Tootie, what is you screaming for?" He said, "You act like I don't love you. Act like you don't know I love you." Oh, Tootie, what is you? Scooty is hollering, "Ow, ow," and touching his knee. What is happening? He's like, "Move! I need to get to my mama." He's like, "You niggas." He's like, "You niggas." He's like, "You niggas ain't gonna do nothing for me, but let me go over here, ow, 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 to my mama." Greetings and salutations,
Girl. I don't want.
baby.
It took me like I'm gonna have to edit this mess down. And girl.
Listen, in my feelings. First of all, I was angry. Why is Sarah in the bathroom with the nephew?
Right, but I wasn't mad at it. Sarah, do what you do. Get your damn life. But no, it confirmed. Remember, I said in my review, and I just said this on my review. I told y'all when you're right as much as I am, you don't have to brag about it. I told y'all when he went to Mr. Elijah's house and Mr. Elijah was calling him Shinobi. I said, wait a minute. Every time Mr. Elijah and Shinobi got together, it was some things going down. And I,
Right.
and I said, does that mean that Elon did something with Mixed Elijah?
Do you think he
Yes,
did something with Mr. Elijah?
absolutely not. Now that has been confirmed. Oh, that was a confirmation for me. That was a confirmation for me.
I, I, I don't know. Maybe she sensed that he was gay, and with her dementia,
If
his light skinnedness.
if she thought he was Shinobi, you know Mixed Elijah as Shinobi. Um,
I know Miss Elijah and Shinobi used to get down with the get down. I know. We all know that.
so that means that they got down with the get downs.
I don't. I don't think so. I just don't. I think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's a confirmation of them. What's the child? I called him Shinobi. Elon and Miss Elijah did anything. He may have to get to weasel information out of her, though. I don't put it past him, but I don't think that's what necessarily happened between them. But I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. So, how did
So
you feel about the actor who played grown up Siren? Because
just so you know, the raw footage of my review is 44 plus minutes.
oh my god,
And so now I have to edit this. This is the shit that I got to go through. Now I got to edit this mess down to get it to where it's not fucking longer than a goddamn episode. Dear Lord.
we had thoughts and feelings. I don't know what people was expecting. We had thoughts and feelings. The conversation with JG after JG decided to donate his money to the little boy defense fund. He's still going to jail. Like I don't. Okay, that's nice.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Ooh, that sounded like an intro to me.
Well, I'm trying to. I gotta, start this stupid editing process. Dear God. But child, child, girl, child.
Oh, all of the feet.
Like I didn't even get to go in detail with the conversation, the multiple conversation. We could talk about this on our panel discussion Friday because the conversations between JG and David had a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was
First,
a lot. I was in my feelings. It was a whole lot.
I ain't even got to the one with the bathroom because the first one backstage before he even went up was a lot.
Yes.
And then when you start to talk about the one um
In the
um
bathroom, and he said,
in the bathroom,
you act like you don't know that I love you." What?
I
Oh,
listen,
listen.
I couldn't even go into it with that one like I wanted to because I knew I had to spend the lion's share of my time dealing with the last 5 minutes that I've watched like 1,000 times.
It gave me very Moonlight. Gave me very much.
Terrell wrote this episode.
Oh, that makes sense. It gives me very much. Saren is and has always been and will always be David's person. Like,
But
like
remember, I kept
it's
saying on my reviews every time I said the only person that's going to be able to get through and break David is Saren.
right. Because Saren is his person.
Now that's the definition of somebody being your soulmate without them being your lover.
Yes, and I don't separate the lover part because that maybe wasn't it happens next. When he said, "Take me with you, I'll follow you anywhere."
Right. I was like, what
Where y'all go?
here? But you know what? I don't want to give out everything that I said in my review because I broke down in my review part of what I thought was happening there too. And I'll let that be saved for the review. But what I will say is this. What I love is the fact that we could get a moment between two individuals that was homoerotic but not gay.
Okay, okay, I
Um,
see that. I caught that. Okay,
you know,
because that's what it was giving. That's what it was giving me. Like I felt like at any second when they were play fighting in the sprinklers, it could have turned into them kissing each other, and
exactly.
that's what it gave me. Not where's the bus ticket? Who's getting on the bus?
Because I was like, it was a lie. It was
Did you want to punch Marissa in the face, or
she's a whole ass whore in this game. Now
first of
I
all,
put this
when
on
he
my
checked her
review.
at the door and
Mhm.
said, "Stop acting fucking childish and get the fuck in there and sit down," I said, "Oh," I said, "Okay."
Now I said on my review, like I said, I don't want to reveal everything on my that I said on my review, but I did say on my review, I believe Padilla and Marissa might be in cahoots.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past.
And I say that because Saren, at first we thought Marissa invited Saren, but then when Padilla already knew Saren was coming, because Padilla was like, I'm glad you could make it, as if she had invited him and he didn't know he was coming. Something,
First,
and the fact that they um had already been in battle with each other, Marissa and Padilla back in the Clearwater, and that Saren was Padilla's lobbyist before.
right. My question is, why was Marissa giving David all of that fever about what happened to Saren, and she already knew what happened to Saren? Clearly, he didn't know. So why would you not tell him if you already knew and you were in communication? Okay, listen. Something going on with Marissa. I'm not. I'm not mad that she was pushing up on the newspaper man, because that she's doing that to try and spin the story in his article the way she wants it to. I see.
She's a whore. She's a skank and a whore. She is. I mean, how else can we parcel this out?
Listen. I've seen her like behavior, so like I don't even have a leg to stand on with her.
There's no way to flush this out. Besides, she's a whore.
She using what she got to get what she needs. So I listen. Who is me to judge her situation? But I'm just like, how you gonna give him fever about Saren when you already knew where Saren was? I have so many questions. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I have so many questions about exactly where Saren has been all of this time. I know he said he was with his daddy
Right.
for a
Yeah,
minute.
it's too many questions because when you said that you and the daddy ain't work out, what does that mean?
What does that
How
mean?
y'all work out? When
I
you
want to know what happened to your mama and the stepdad. That's really what I want to know.
say you tried to reach out to David, but you couldn't, and you did, but you tried. What does that mean when David said, "I tried to reach out to you, but I got what does that?" There's too many questions in this gap.
Exactly.
Way too many questions. When you say I just waited, what does that mean? I just waited. What did you do? Did you live under a bridge? Where did you go?
Exactly. Where we? Hey, little boy,
Beat him.
in the dryer.
And so
Whew. Not with COVID too walking around. Okay, so listen. I wanna give them the benefit of the doubt, but
David takes this job.
also Shayla is still not buying any of this. When David did that whole speech about let this be in my community service and please, and everybody else is clapping and stuff. Shayla was like, "This some old book. This is just the same old bullshit wrapped up in different paper. Like, what do you?" And I am confusion. Are they saying that this commissioner is the commercial?
Well, see, the commissioner is on the committee for commercial development, but because and so that means, I'm sorry, the commissioner is on the committee for residential development. So that means that he's not involved with commercial development. So he can get all of his friends and people that give him kickbacks, contractors and companies to work on commercial developments because that he's not over that committee. But since he's over residential, he can't have any involvement with anything involving residential contracting because it's a conflict of interest. So
Exactly.
he can't be tied back to anything with regard to residential. So when they pulled the fast one and said, now we're going to turn this from commercial to residential, they had got him because now he can't use any of his own people or his own companies um to do the work for that and get the kickback.
Hmm. So I don't know. Like, so
And now and see how they're forcing his hand to say okay to it was they did it in front of all of those people, and now everybody's standing up cheering. Everybody's in line with this happening, and if the commissioner goes against it, now
then he looks like the bad guy.
exactly. So now they got him between a rock and a hard place. That was actually smart.
Right.
That was smart.
It just begets more and more questions. Like, I really want to know what is David's ultimate end goal that he's shooting for. Like that's still not clear to me.
What this is all about. And so,
Yes, what's this all about?
say that again.
I said I still don't know what his end goal is. What is his ultimate end goal? What is the end for David? What is his ultimate goal? Put some water in him.
No,
That
no,
that is what we
no.
don't know. That is what we
Not
don't know.
treat my
And we
baby
know
like
how
that.
David, we never see David's plan until at the fucking end.
You have a lot to say, young man. You wait till I get up and get some water in this water gun. You just wait, little person.
So then we'll
Oh God. Listen. Wait. You didn't say how you felt about the man who they got to play older Saren.
Casting needs to be fired.
Thank
Who's
you.
ever in charge of casting? And I think
When did he become a 90-year-old Latin man?
they don't even have the same grade of hair. Like
They
I
don't
was
have
like,
the
what's this
same
Hispanic
grade
guy?
of, they barely have the same complexion. Who is this Latin man? That's not
Right.
Saren.
Who is this Latin man? That's not no. I was like, and I think that's another reason why so many people are upset because I think had adult David and adult Saren been closer to being what we knew of the younger versions in terms of aesthetics, it wouldn't be so as off-putting, which is why we still love JG. Because adult JG, you could see
You can see baby JG and adult
exactly,
JG.
but you don't see that with adult David or Saren. So casting needs to be
Don't mama daddy me. I am so sick of you touching things, little boy.
beat them.
I want you to know this foundation costs $50, little kid. Not for you to
Your
be.
parents ain't got it, so don't touch it no more. Straight like that, son.
You are so lucky I love you. Because your mama, if she had did this, would have got a beat too. Stay out of my stuff.
Beat them.
Okay?
Jack it all.
All right.
So then what we have is we have David.
Go find the top, please.
In the top.
Yes.
I see it on the floor.
This is with all of this editing, dear God.
Come on, edit.
Dear God.
Listen. I didn't like adult Tara
Why?
on the train. I felt like her teeth was too big for her face.
No. Why? I said this in my review. Why people say adult Tara is ugly?
I would be one of the people. I didn't know. Little Terica was gorgeous. She was beautiful little girl. And then they got this buck teeth girl with her hairline back here on talking about she adult.
Y'all are horrible. Y'all are horrible people.
Ugh, I can't. Like it's not cute. Like I have grown into adult David because I see enough of young David's mannerisms in adult David to where I'm coming around to him as adult David. Adult JG I don't have an issue with. Adult Marissa even matches young Marissa.
Yeah.
But this 65-year-old Latin man that they got to play adult Saren, like all his life he had to fight. And we know he did. Like, if I look like what I've been through was a person, that's who this. That's
You know you ain't shit. I just want you to know that. Let the record show.
And listen, I'm okay. I'm okay with it because it is the truth. That no, he was not the right answer. And I believe that's why the last 5 minutes worked is because it was the younger version of the young David and the young
I
Saren,
said that on my
because
review.
them two
I'm
as
not gonna give
adults
a
ain't
wait
the
till
right
you see
answer.
what I said about review. I'm not gonna reveal most of what I said in the for the last five. Because like I said, I really took time with the end for my review because I said they can't get. I kept saying I went into the episode and I kept saying they can't fuck this up.
I
They cannot get this wrong.
literally the first minute into my review after my intro is, oh my God, please don't fuck, please don't mess this up.
Like
Listen, we have been asking about this since that boy got in the car and drove off in the first season. Don't mess this up.
What's good, people? What is up?
I don't like they knew they couldn't fuck this up. They could not fuck this up.
Like, I want to know where. I have so many questions. Like, this just built more questions. Like, I really want to understand what happened to his parents, because the whole child disappeared from sight.
And
Nobody looked for him. Nobody said
we ain't got no
anything.
Amber Alerts.
He went on the back of a milk carton. His mama wasn't looking for her favorite punching bag. The stepdaddy wasn't looking for the little boy that he's in love with, because that man was in love with Sarah. As nasty and as ridiculous as that sounds, that the way he treated Sarah like Sarah was his wife. He spoke to Sarah like that was his significant other. Like, he truly had feelings. So I want to understand, once this child disappeared, what was the aftermath of this child disappearing? Was there, a where is Saren? Like, where was there an Amber Alert? Was their mama on TV pleading, come back home, or whoever got him, bring my child back to me? None of
Right.
that. What happens? Now, I know they don't really care about Black children disappearing. So for nothing major to have happened for this supposedly, by appearance wise, smart, well-adjusted child in this honor school to come up missing, and he got a white mama, and don't nobody say anything about this child coming up missing. Nobody. I need to know what happened. Is the mama in jail on like some John Benet Ramsey? We don't know what happened. We think the parents did it. There's no body, but we still charging you with murder type of situation. Listen. Or did they just fall at the kind of school that them children was in? And the mama was clearly distraught, because you remember when she rolled up on David at the school, talk about where is Sarah, and I know you did something with him.
Well, I was kind of upset, and I said in my review that y'all told us in y'all IG story that we would get answers,
But we just
and
got
we
more
got more
questions.
questions.
We just got more and more questions about what happened to Sarah. Why? Jesus? Why? I just need to know. Like, as a parent who has lost a child, like, I want to see what happened, because sometimes knowing the child passed away and there being a funeral service and all that good stuff, and you can have that type of closure, it's better than the never know. Your child just comes up missing and you never know what happened to said child. Like, did he ever contact his mama so he could be like, I'm okay, I'm just not coming back home?
Well,
Was he waiting to be 17 before he could contact his mama, so
yeah,
she couldn't
because
have
why was
any?
17 so significant? Why was he waiting for 17? Like,
Like, did he have a trust fund that he was coming into, like from the mama's daddy that, he was waiting until he was 17 till he could collect? Because my mind goes, oh, this is, oh, no,
I I have so many questions. And so looking at the preview for next week, I really have a lot more questions now.
right. So what does he mean by I've been looking for you this whole time just for you to come back and bury me? What does that mean?
And it goes on from there.
Not
Like,
Loretta with the eyes.
and it goes on from there. I'm almost finished editing. I listen, I'm not cutting that much. Fuck it. Y'all getting all of it. Fuck it. Get over it. Get over it.
Listen, mine was 20 some odd minutes long, and like I just felt like I had a bunch of questions and my feelings. I was majority in my feelings. Loretta, you have the link. The majority of my feelings, especially in regards to JG and David's communication with each other.
And I'm mad that I didn't want my review to be an hour because I really wanted to break down the whole JG and David conversation because there was a lot.
It was a lot to unpack. It was a lot to
Yeah,
unpack.
it was a lot with JG and David. That conversation, I was really like, ooh,
Exactly. First of all, David didn't understand your choice to be a policeman. However, he still helped you write your entrance thing. And is okay, this is what I wanted to ask you because you are from the area. Is the police program like a pipeline, like you get into this program straight from
yes,
high
they
school
do. They
into
actually have. I didn't go into detail, but I did confirm there is a magnet school. There's a law enforcement magnet school in Miami specifically for police. You can get into it's kind of almost, I don't know if you want to call it a pipeline, but you can go straight from there and really like graduate like starting the academy. Have
okay.
already started, it'll streamline the whole process of getting into the academy and everything like that. And
Okay.
they get a lot of the prerequisites out of the way. Um, it also they have a criminal justice arm to it where you can start dual enrollment classes for college and get some preliminary criminal justice stuff out of the way. Um,
Okay.
so
That sounds like a good program.
I gotta figure out how I'm trying to rent to take the quality down. You know how when you don't have enough
Right.
and you got to take the quality down so
Hmm.
it's not as big.
What? Let me see.
I'm acting like I ain't got to be to work in a little bit. Well, no, I told him I would be a little late. But I'll probably go at like 2:30. But I need to get my butt up.
You not up? It's
I'm
1 o'clock.
up. I know I'm up. I'm saying up and put my clothes on. They already laid out and everything. Like I did all of that before I did it. Went
Okay.
to my shower and put my clothes out and everything. So I just
Listen,
need to
I
get up
still
and get out the house.
okay. So I still I gotta do cartel crew and
I still gotta do Martell's show Lovers and Friends. I gotta do that. I might do it to if I don't do it tonight. No, I can't do it tonight because I got a 7 o'clock in the morning doctor appointment.
oh Lord.
Right.
Your
And I
appointment is
know I'm
so
working
early,
late tonight.
Jesus. What?
I know I'm working late tonight. Ugh. So So I gotta so I might do it either tomorrow when I get from my doctor's appointment and before I go to work, or because I'm not gonna stay up here tonight. I know I'm not gonna get home till almost 12 o'clock tonight. So
Oh my lord,
yeah.
that's a lot. I remember those days, Jesus, when I was working in the office and I would stay till like 8 or 9 o'clock. And by the time I took a 2.5 hour commute home, I would get home like 11:30 midnight just to get up at 5 a.m. to do it all over again.
Girl, girl.
Listen, listen, listen.
Now I got to do my thumbnail art, which is it takes me sometimes longer to edit my thumbnail art than it does my goddamn video.
Listen, your thumbnails be works of art. I am more of a plug and play kind of girl. I'm just changing the number on the original thumbnail. That is it. That is all. I'm not an artiste in the thumbnail community, so it's just gonna be what it is.
Um,
Okay. All right. So, okay. Clearly we liked it. Hey, man. Oh, there's Loretta at the tail end. Oh God, here we go. Greetings and salutations, ma'am. How are you this lovely afternoon?
Well, hello everyone. Hello. How are you?
hey, girl, hey.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Okay, because I'm in the car, so I just want to.
My contact rolls back in my eye. It's like
we all got crazy stuff going on in our backgrounds. So, on a scale
Hi.
of scale to 1 to 17. Oh, not you stole my gun. Um, how did you feel about this particular episode? I know you hated the last one.
Uh,
Mama,
uh,
Mama.
I don't know. I'm like LJ. I got more questions than answers. It doesn't make sense to me that, like, I
Take
get
it to
it
mama.
that him and Marissa have this love hate thing.
I don't know the code.
But I can't believe that she knew where Sarah was this whole time and did not shoot David. I can't believe that Sarah knew where David was and did not seek him out. And I don't trust Sarah because I feel like he's only there. Like the fact that he's on the first
Thank
page,
you.
I have no idea. I don't trust none of that. I don't trust nothing that I see. And that makes me sad
I feel no, I
because
don't. I feel opposite. I feel that, like I said, I think Marissa and Padilla are in cahoots, and I feel like Theron is going to have to tell David what's going on, and that's going to change everything that David thought.
I don't know, because even with the scenes from the next episode, that's not what it was giving me in particular. It was because it felt like
I think
um
it has to do with that because the title of the next episode alludes to atheism and stuff like that, and I think that that may be where that argument comes from because he might find out that Saren is like an atheist, which um you see a lot of when a lot of people who go through like childhood traumas and stuff like that, they do sometimes they do get to that point where they, say, nah, I ain't here for none of this. You know what I'm saying? Where they can't say, I'm just gonna go out and be a whole ass atheist.
but I don't think that would upset David. That don't even make sense.
that doesn't make sense to
I could
me.
see it. I could see it going against how David but you don't know until we see
But what were you saying, Abby? Because
what
you ain't finished what you were saying. What were you saying, Abby, though? That
Uh,
wasn't giving you.
it's giving me very much, it's espionage. Everybody is playing a game and we don't know anybody's motivations or anybody's end goals. So it's very confusing because we don't know why anybody is doing anything that they are doing. We don't know what David's end goal is trying to be. We don't know the only person we know is that Mr. Padilla wants to be the mayor. of Miami. That's the only
Well,
person
no,
we
he
know.
wants to be the mayor of Dade County.
Okay, I'm
It's
sorry, I
very-
don't know. I,
No, that's
I
what I'm
don't.
saying.
Yeah,
That,
yeah. He wants to be mayor. He's the only person we know who what his end goal is. Everybody else are chess pieces on this board, and we don't know. I guess we know Marissa's motivation. She trying to save the vegetation
I
and the
don't know that we
wetlands.
know Marissa's motivation. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't feel like we really know her motivation. Like I can't shake the
See,
feeling
that's
that
how I
it's
feel
something
about
up with her.
Saren. I feel like we don't really know what Saren is all about. It's too much of a mystery there. Again,
Right.
the fact that he rolled up in there, and even from the beginning, when David was like, "Oh man, Saren don't go anywhere," and he was like, "Oh, I wouldn't miss this for the world." Like he knew everything before he even got there. David is the only one that was taken off guard by Saren showing up. Saren knew exactly what was going on and what he was walking into. And the fact that he's on a first name basis with Padilla, was like, "Hey, Saren, come on in," and he patting him on the back. I said, "Oh no, whoa, wait a minute."
Well, he said that he worked on a project for Padilla before as a
Right, but that's what
lobbyist.
I'm
So
saying.
I
So
don't.
the fact that they're on a first name basis, though, what I'm saying is that relationship. I don't know. And he's sitting at this table with him, like I don't know that. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't
I
trust
don't.
Saren showing up when he showed up, how he showed up. I don't trust the fact that him and Marissa know each other and that they've kept in touch all these years and didn't tell David. Like that was fucked up. I don't care how they slice it. I don't care how they explain it. That was fucked up.
I don't know. I don't know that they have kept in touch the entire time since
No, not
Saren
the
is
entire time. No, I know it wasn't the entire time, but what I'm saying is at some point they reconnected and nobody told David.
right. Well, I don't know because when um David hadn't seen Marissa since Hurston
Right, because it wasn't like David
was in.
was into with Marissa either. He wasn't seeing her like that.
I don't give a damn. They knew how to find each other, and I don't know.
You don't know that, but what I'm saying is we don't know that
Well,
David
what
and
don't we
Marissa.
know? What don't we
We
know?
don't know that David and Marissa knew how to find each other. We don't know that.
Then the first thing out of Marissa's mouth at that damn city council meeting should have been,
I
"I
know where
found
Saren
Saren."
is.
Because when they saw each other when he was at Hurston, she beat him over the head about you just forgot all about Saren and David was like, "What are you talking about? That was my best friend." And did Saren tell Marissa the story about how David was the one that helped him escape? Because again, I just don't make none of this make no sense to me. I mean, again, it's more questions than answers, but I don't know. I just don't trust it. I don't trust Saren. I don't trust Marissa. I don't trust it.
I don't trust that 75-year-old Latin man that is masquerading as Saren either.
Oh, Meg, you, uh, mm, yeah, I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. And like I said, the fact that Saren knew exactly what was going on. There was no happenstance that he showed up, and the fact that he knows all of the players so intimately.
He's got skins in the game.
Yeah,
That he does.
yeah. The fact that he knows all the players so intimately, and I think that's what that argument is about. I think whatever Saren's motive is, David
I
finds out
think
about it, and I think
I
that's what he said.
for
You
me,
gonna bury? You came to bury it.
but I think if we remember the show, the most manipulative one of all of them throughout, even when they were little, was David. David has always been the one that you could never just trust what David had going on because you knew David was gonna have some ulterior motive to any and everything that he had going on. So I think what's happening now is it could be a fact that Saren, I I I I don't trust David more than I don't trust Saren because I know how David is, and David has always been everybody talks about that. He's always been a manipulator. He's always been selfish. He's always been I'm going to utilize who and whatever I can utilize to get to wherever I can. So if anybody
But I don't think he had that relationship. That wasn't what his relationship was with Saren.
Right.
Like with
I don't.
everyone
Right.
else, yes, I absolutely 100%
And
agree with you.
remember, no, that was his relationship with Sarah. It started off that way. Remember, when we first met David and Sarah, David was calling him, was talking, was manipulating the situation of after he knew about the stepdad, and manipulated that situation to get in a fight with Sarah. David always used Sarah's situation to help him get a leg up on situations with him. Now that is true.
Okay. I will give you that, but I feel like everybody is connected and is talking to each other except for David. I feel like David is the odd man out. He doesn't know it just yet, but I feel like David is the odd when it comes to
But
Padilla and
that's
the
the making of his own. He made that on his own. David is trying to be the odd man out. Now that's of his own volition.
no, I'm not in regards to Padilla and this project and what they got going on. No,
No. David has not tried to involve people with even with Padilla and what he got going on with Padilla. Because even if you talk about, I think that's the whole thing. David wants to keep the Padilla thing separated from everybody else. And so now that he finds out, oh, you know Padilla, or you know what's going on, he doesn't like that because he doesn't have control. David is a control freak. He loves being able to control everything. And now he sees that that's not the situation. He's not in complete control, and he doesn't know what to think or what to expect. And that's a problem for him.
yeah, I just think it's going to cause him to pivot in a different way once he realizes that I feel okay. So I feel like Padilla, Marissa,
Really be
and
is
is
that
that
your phone?
is it you crackling? No, she outside. We're gonna mute her like she outside in the elements.
Oh, okay.
I feel uh yeah, she's still crackling. I feel like Padilla, Marissa, um, Saren are all in cahoots with each other, playing reindeer games, political machinations, and all that other stuff to get to whatever it is that they like. I feel like maybe Marissa and Saren are both still working for Padilla in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
I
But
can
now they brought David into this
that I can
situation,
agree with.
and so I think it's going to cause once David finds out that they're all interconnected, it's going to cause him to pivot and do something else. But again, my only issue is we have no clue what the end goal is for David. None whatsoever. I
We
don't
never,
know. I
but
don't
see,
know where he's trying to get to. It was
but,
very
but
clear
we
in the
never do.
first.
We never do. We know that.
No, in the first season, it was very. He had two very clear goals.
We didn't realize what David's goal was until like episode 8 or 9 in the first season. In the first season, we didn't know David was really trying to take over until, and then we didn't even figure out his plan to take over until the very end.
Yeah, I understand not knowing his plan until the end.
Or
But
even when
okay. Well, let me only speak for me. I felt like I understood what the assignment was earlier on in the season, in the first season. He was in the duality of living in both worlds and having two very different goals. One to get into Hearst, and the other to rectify this situation in the Ville that was going on since Sky had passed away. So I feel like there was enough context clues earlier on in the season for us to have an idea of what he was trying to get to. I don't feel like as of yet in this particular season we have gotten either enough context clues or anyone has even blatantly said it out loud. What is David's end goal
but my
with all of
thing
this
is,
stuff with
even in
Padilla?
the first season, we knew that he wanted to see what he could do to get rid of the drug game. My thing when I said we didn't know what David's goal was, we didn't know until the very end that his way of doing that was to take over. We did not know that that was what David was shooting for from the beginning. We knew, like you said, we did know that he wanted that to stop, but we didn't know that David ultimately wanted to sit on the throne. David is a control freak because we even and I talk about here I go. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let y'all watch my review because I did talk about some of this in my review. And I'm not gonna give away my whole review for you people. Y'all still gotta go watch. But yeah, they're David is a control freak. And if he's not in control and can't manipulate a situation, that becomes the problem for him.
Absolutely. Because that's the only control. Because manipulating situations and circumstances in his life is the only control that he feels that he's had over anything. He had no control over his mama's drug use. He had no control over their living situation. So him pulling these plans and plots and machinations and all the things is the only way that he was able to have some sort of control over their life. Some people use food as their only way to control when they feel like they don't have control over anything else. I can control the food that's in my life. That's how people get eating disorders. I
feel like just like Really B said that she doesn't see anything bad for David. I cannot put my hand together and grapple with saying, oh yes, Sarah would cause bad things today. I don't think either of them would cause knowing issues, harm, or anything for the other. There's no way.
I think that was true of young Saren, but we don't know the older Saren. We don't know. We
don't know old David. We don't know old David if that's the case, and we don't know that old David. And old David has already proven that he will do anything. Hell, he's willing to sell his own blood brother down the stream.
Right. So why wouldn't you believe that Saren is changed and would do it?
But why would you think that David? But no. But what I'm saying really be is you're saying, well, I can't believe that David would want anything bad to happen to Sarah. Why the hell?
I didn't say that. What are you talking about? That's not what I said.
You said that I could see Sarah doing something bad to David before I could see David doing something
that's not what I didn't say that either. What are you talking about?
You said that earlier.
Okay.
I said I don't trust Saren and that I don't believe that Saren's intentions are pure. I never said. I don't know where you got any of that from.
You.
I never
but I feel that way because I think Saren feels a kind of beholdenness to David for getting him out of the situation. So I feel like even though the both of them has gotten older and things have happened to them in the years that we don't exactly know exactly who they are as adults. I think the child David and the child Saren that still lives within them, that bond is like they were never separated. So I feel like there would be a hesitation on both of their parts to do something to the other.
And that's the point that I'm making. Like, I just can't see them, saying, oh, well, screw this. I'm going to fuck you over. I can't wrap my hands around Sarah doing that today. I can't wrap my hands around. Matter of fact, if we look at the episode, every time David turned around, Sarah was there trying to help him. When clearly he didn't have to.
I didn't see Saren helping David.
You didn't see Saren helping David?
No.
Every time when he first walked in and he was trying to talk to the Haitian lady, he went over there and helped David with that. When David went over there and was talking to Padilla and he was having a rough situation, I feel wholeheartedly Sarah walked over there because he saw the situation and walked over there to kind of clear the air and get Padilla to die down. When Padilla had just slapped his son, his nephew or whatever, and went in on David, and he kind of got David to say, you know what, just settle down, it's gonna be all right. The whole episode, Sarah kept, every time you turn around, here goes Sarah stepping in. He was helping David. He helped
I
David
see.
quite a few
I
times.
just,
I did see a
I read
couple of
that whole
instances where he.
I read that whole thing differently. So we just see it differently, and it's okay. We'll see what happens. But I just read that whole thing differently. I read it. I really, again, I just don't trust Saren, and I don't think that Saren would blatantly hurt David. But I do think that Saren would justify in his mind that what he's doing is for the greater good, just like David justifies in his mind that what he's doing is for the greater good, even though he's using his brother and manipulating everybody. But in his mind, he is justifying what he's doing because in his mind, it's for the greater good. And
Right.
I feel that way with Saren. I don't think that Saren would blatantly walk up to David and hurt him, but I do think that whatever Saren has going on, whatever he's working on in his mind, and the other reason why I think that is because he kept telling David, like, stop taking this so seriously. Like, it ain't that serious. Like, it's just this, it's just that. Like, we young, we should be having fun. So in his mind, I don't even think he would look at it as I'm hurting David. I think it's just, listen, it's a business deal. We'll move on to the next one. I just don't think he's on that level that he's taking it the same way David would take it. So I don't think that he would blatantly hurt David. No, but I think that his actions will hurt David. But I don't think he sees it that way. That's just how I feel.
I can see where you're coming from. Um, Everything at this point, we questioning everything, and part of the reason why we're questioning everything is because we do not know what happened to Saren in the last 15 years. Like,
Right.
like
Well,
we I mean, because we can't even accurately assess who he is as an adult, because the last time we saw this baby, he was traumatized. They had to smuggle him out away from his home situation, and this baby was, they put him in a car and drove off, and they never saw him again, on like an underground railroad type of thing, to get him to safety. So I don't know what he's doing with his PTSD over the
Right.
sexual trauma and the physical abuse of his mama
Right.
and the stepdaddy. We don't know if he's talked to somebody, said on somebody's. We don't know what happened between him and
Right.
his dad for that not to work out, which possibly could have added on to the trauma that he was already dealing with.
Right.
We don't know how any of that has twisted and turned to develop into where
Right.
he is right now. So
And
it,
even his explanation to David didn't make sense when he said, well, things didn't work out with me and my father, so I just waited. Yeah, and David was like, "You waited." He was like, "Yeah, I just waited." What does that mean? You said things didn't work out between you and your father, but you waited until you were 17. What does that even mean? Like, there's so
that
much
yeah we
open. There's so many unanswered questions about what he did in those years. What do you mean you just waited? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that just don't make no sense to me. But we'll see.
oh wait
Yeah, El Teddy, I think we lost him. Oh no, here you go. But I mean, we know he got to get. I mean, we'll see. Y'all might be right because I ain't looking at it as deep as
I
y'all are.
think
So
that the reason I think that I totally disagree on the situation about when Aaron told David that he needed to not take things so seriously, because I saw it as Sarah knows David. Sarah knows that um David was taking stuff. David never took in the situation. I was agreeing with Sarah, like, bruh, calm down, slow down. I was agreeing with Sarah that, bruh, you need to take a breather. I mean, you just got a victory. Take a moment to breathe and say, you know what? Let me just have a celebratory drink. And I think that's what that was. He said, listen, you need to at some point enjoy live and everything. You can't be on the whole time. Remember, we they've been alluding to that when he had that conversation with Tara, and Tara told him that's why we didn't work out, because you work too hard and everything is so serious. And then we saw the same thing. We've seen this drumbeat of the same conversation over and over, where everybody has been saying to him, it's always business, business, business. You need to take some time to just be relatable and be a human being and be a freaking person and have, just. And so I think that's where that came from. He said, no, you just need to, you need to chill out, bro. Have some fun. That's what I saw that. I didn't see him as I saw that totally differently with
But
David
but
and
I but I feel like you just said exactly what I said. That Saren isn't taking it on this as seriously as David. Like to him, it's just a business deal. You move on to the next one. And David was like, it is serious. It is because to David, it is his life. Whereas with Saren, it's not. So I think I feel like we're
I
saying the
don't.
same
But
thing.
see, I think, but I don't think that Sam was saying that. I don't think Sam was negating what David was saying. Like he understood. Okay, yeah, this is your life, but at the same time, it is your life. And in life, you have to take a moment to say, you know what? Let me chill. Let me just embrace and enjoy the moment for one time, and then I can move on tomorrow. At least take tonight and say, okay, let me have a drink and celebrate. And I think that we saw David acquiesce to that even when they had that whole moment because he went off on Saren and dismissed Saren. And then he had to take a moment and say, know what? I do need to take some time and just go out and just enjoy my friend because I don't know if or when I'll see him again. And I was left like you really be with more questions because that whole get me out of here situation, I'm not gonna say what I broke that down to mean, but that went a whole lot of places for me. I'll let my review speak for that, but that went a whole lot of places for me when he said, "Get me out of here," and there was this pleading and this begging of David to Sarah.
First, it went two ways for me. It went either like get me out of here, like let's go to bed, or get me out of here, like save me, like I saved you. Like I'm in this untenable situation that I find myself in, and just like when you were in an untenable situation, I saved you. That's what I need from you. I need you to save me. So that's I it could have went one of two ways for me. I don't listen. I don't. The first thing I thought is that they was going to be to do the Badoosie dance, but I just listen. It could have gone. That's where it left me is save me like I saved you when you needed. I came through for you when you needed me. I need you now to come through for me like when I need you. And that may lead into that conversation that we saw that's going to be in the next episode of that that he said he tried to bury him. How? I feel like that conversation is going to stem from the fact that Saren is part of Padilla's machinations and trying to, you know, do an end run around whatever David has gotten going on to, because Padilla always has his background, whatever he's doing, to get to the next step for himself. And he's trying to use David as a tool as to next step him, just like David is trying to use Padilla as a tool to get to his next step. So there's the chess game that's going on, and Saren is one of the pieces on the chessboard that Padilla has introduced to try and either neutralize or distract David from what they got going on. And once David figures that out, then he's going to feel hurt and betrayed by Saren, who, for all intents and purposes, is his person, his soulmate, his other half. I could be wrong. Uh, okay. So first of all,
I, I took the argue about don't bury me as like you said. I feel like whatever big deal he got working on, whatever he's working on, is a total contradiction or contrast to what David is trying to do. And I think David finds out about it, and I think that's what the argument is. Like you're trying to bury me, like you're trying to undo what I'm trying to do here. That's how I took that.
my job is doing the most. Oh, not they closed the door and then left this loud ass TV playing. Okay. Uh y'all disagree me through my workout. Thanks.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm here. I just transitioned to the car. That's
Okay.
all.
Okay. I was about to say, sir, did you get last time I talked, you talked about your clothes was on the bed. So okay, you got your clothes on, you in the car. All right. That's soda mama in me. Hello, Jason. Yeah, I don't. It just raises more questions. Loretta, did you hate this episode? Because last week you hated it. You with a fiery passion. It was very fuck this shit I'm out about this episode. So how do you feel about this episode? I know it brings a lot of questions up, but how do you feel? Go.
It was alright. I mean, again, I feel like it's all over the place. But when I say that, then y'all don't understand what I'm saying. So again, Marissa showing up with the damn iguana, trying to sleep with the damn reporter, her and David. It was it was too much. It was just, ugh.
First, it's not enough storytelling. Now it's too much. Too many things are happening.
No, I never said it was never enough storytelling. I don't feel like I ever said that. Y'all keep putting words in my mouth. I never said that.
But okay, so my experience of how you felt about the previous episodes is that they're not giving you enough
You did kind of allude to that
storytelling
a
and
couple of times. Really.
story development to keep
Yes, you
you
did.
engaged.
It's not the fucking way, you bastard. God. You did kind of
So
allude to there not being enough
okay,
story.
but no, like not giving me, okay, me not getting the background information to me, that's not the same as the storytelling. I just think there's a
Okay.
lot missing as far as how we got to where we are now. But as far as the storytelling moving forward, I just think it's a lot going on. I mean, I don't know how to word it. I don't know what to tell y'all. I just thought it was a lot. Like that Marissa, I'm shading Marissa's character. I'm not, maybe I ain't supposed to like her, and that's fine, but
I don't like her either.
I absolutely hate what she's doing. Like
I didn't like
and her and
Marissa's
her
character in season one. I hated her character in season one.
I didn't hate her character. She was annoying as fuck, but I didn't hate her character. This person, I absolutely loathe because I'm so not understanding what are you doing? And then this whole thing with you trying to make, I mean, do you hate David or you trying to make him jealous? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just,
I know he checked her at that damn door and told her stop being childish and get the fuck in here and set her ass.
yeah, he did. And she did it too.
And she did it and didn't want to get mad at the end. Don't you ever
I
talk to
can't
me
wait
like
for
that.
that to be. I thought, listen, I thought that was like one of his fantasies, but when he really had said it, I said, "Oh shit, he really said it."
Right. I thought that was a fantasy at first, and I was waiting. And when he didn't, it didn't nothing happen. Hey, it's Chef. She looking stupid in the face. I was like, oh, he really said that to her. And then when he had the conversation with JG and said, "Why are you acting like you don't know that I love you?" I thought I was praying that was a real conversation and not, this is what I want to say versus what I'm actually going to say to you in this moment. And I was glad that it's what he actually said, because those were his actual feelings. I really want you to know that you have pretty much been killed off in my head as a protection, because I have been scared to death of you being on this job and playing what if in my mind. And then when it finally happened and I got a phone call, I still wasn't ready for it. I thought it was profound. I think JG and David has been taking care of JG since JG was a small child. So I feel like even though their relationship is fraternal, I feel like David has paternal feelings. Like, this is my kid towards JG as well. It's both fraternal and paternal. And I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but for me, that was one of the highlights of the episode, was the conversation between David and JG. along with the last couple of minutes with the younger David and Saren in the sprinklers. Now, Marissa, I don't know why you chose to bring a bearded dragon to a gala, daughter. And I perceive Marissa flirting with the newspaper man because she was trying to direct a narrative for the article that he was going to write. That's what I got out of it. But
I just
For
think
me,
she a hoe.
this episode, Marissa, so many things for me pointed to Marissa being in cahoots with Padilla and him and her being set up to have these traps for David. I just feel like that. I feel like she is purposely there because you see how she was very happy to take pictures with Padilla. She seemed real at home. Let's just take these good pictures. And she tried to give him a little back and forth, but you could tell it wasn't like heavy handed, like we know she can be. And so
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
she slept with him. She was his mistress
I
at one point.
I feel like even with the whole ass iguana that was bigger than her damn body. Bitch, you know you can't get in this motherfucking place with a goddamn iguana bigger than your goddamn body. That's an exotic animal,
But
sweetheart.
even but even in but even in that situation, Padilla nor Marissa ever let on that they knew each other. When David ran into her at the city council meeting and he went back to Padilla never said, I worked with her before, I know her weakness, I know how to get to her, don't worry about it. Padilla acted like he didn't
But
know
I
who she
think that was
was,
on
and these
purpose. That's what I'm saying.
environmentalists showed up. And that's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like
And
that was on
that's my whole
purpose.
point. Like it seems like everybody's in on the joke with David. Like everybody knows everybody except for David. Like it just yeah.
Yes, I get that same feeling that
Hey,
everybody is
now I can agree with that.
interconnected except for David. David is the odd man
Even
out.
the nephew.
But
Even
I
the
do
damn
think
nephew. Right.
and I agree with you, and David is the only one who's not seeing everything, but I think part of it is David's own doing in that David's always in his head so much and in his headspace that it'll be shit going on right in front of him and he won't even notice it. And people will have to snap him back into reality and be like, hey, bitch, are you paying attention? And I think that a lot of stuff we see is stuff that he should be seeing as well, but he's not because David is a cerebral, heady person that from season one we saw that bitch always in his goddamn head. He can't, he's always clouds upstairs. So I think that's part of it too. But I certainly think that Padilla purposely has been keeping from David that he knew Marissa, that he worked with her. He probably had her there to set up traps and everything for her and so forth. Now, one thing I will say to you, really, B, is I think that you may you may be onto something with Saren perhaps coming there with certain with the intention of doing certain things or thwarting certain things. But I think what happened is when him and David got back united with each other, it made Saren go, ooh, I don't think I can actually go through with it. And I think it's going to change him
I don't think so.
being able to do that. That's what I. Because I can't see Saren.
I think Saren is going. I think
I'm sorry, y'all. Hold
I
on.
can't see the
Continue the
Saren that
conversation.
left, but I can see the Saren that showed up.
Well, the Saren that showed up was the Saren that was helping David at every turn. Like, I didn't see Saren being nefarious or doing all of this stuff against David. Saren did exactly what Saren was supposed to do as a friend, which was help David at every turn. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'm about to get off here. I gotta go and get myself situated. Get on this train now that I'm here at the train station and go to work. Um, I'll holler at y'all later. I gotta go.
Okay, darling. Have a good one.
Okie
I'm
dokie.
sorry. My nephew FaceTimed me about my sister's 50th birthday party. Her birthday is 1 week before mine. So apparently our joint family celebration will be that on Halloween. So now I got to find me a dress appropriate to be a baddie, a church baddie, because I'm gonna have to wear that same dress to church and then to the
Thank you.
I had to find a church baddie dress. That's not gonna be difficult. Okay, so I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank y'all for this. Listen, I waited for my siblings because I knew this conversation was going to be involved. So something with no ink. Shut up. Hello, baby. It'll be form fit. It'll be real cute. Listen. Thank y'all for coming to hang out. Thank you for being active. Please go watch my and El Teddy's review. Loretta, are you doing a review for this episode or no?
Nah, I'm good.
We're gonna have a panel about this eventually. I think on El Teddy's channel probably at the end of this week. So look for us there. Um, Go watch Lovers and Friends. Please go watch David Makes Man on OWN. I need a third season because I don't know how many episodes are in this season, and I want to make sure that I get the entire story of what is happening. And his pantsuit, not Hillary. Okay. It won't be a pantsuit. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Look for pictures of this look on the Instagrams. I know I've been behind my glasses since I finished my face, but I need to be able to see because I'm multitasking and doing work at the same time. I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out, and I will catch y'all later for something. Peace.